going back to the OzTag, the Greek OzTag, I met Jim Pizanas.
Oh, yeah, yep.
And he said to my dad, why don't you bring your son down, and there's a tournament coming up. What was the tournament called again?
The Emerging Nations tournament in 2018.
Yeah. And he said, come down, the boys are going to be training. Yeah, and I remember turning up at Belmore training session. I remember seeing all the boys there, and they were all, grown men. And I sort of felt intimidated. I was only 16 at the time.
Wow.
And I remember Georgie was there coaching the boys, and I was just waiting there on the sideline, and this old Greek fella handed me some gear. I put it on, and I went out and trained, and I just thought I was going to train with the boys for a bit. And, yeah, Georgie said to my dad, do you think Pete's ready to play? And my dad, before he even asked me, he said, yeah, he's keen. So
he's throwing you to the wolves.
That's pretty cool because obviously big South fan growing up and a fan of rugby league, and I didn't really know there was a Greek rugby league team until I met Jim, and as soon as I found out there was a Greek rugby league team, I was keen to play.
Yeah.
And it just brings back that first tournament was pretty special, getting to know all the boys, and we've all found a connection together now, and to see how far we've come from that little tournament to now making it into the World Cup, I think is pretty special, and all the support and everyone getting behind us is pretty cool. So
you played as a 16-year-old. Was that your first cap for Greece?
Yeah, 16. Yeah.
Wait, who did you play against?
It was
Hungary was the first game. It was I think you were 17. You was almost like 17, and Steve said to me, he was supposed just to train with the team, get a bit of experience, and Steve came up to me and goes, is he allowed to play? And I went up to, and I go up to his dad, Theo, and I go, if he gets selected, would you allow him to play? And Theo just goes, yeah, just it, that was it, just yeah. And that's it. And I found out later from his mum that there was a big argument saying, he's only a baby, he can't play. But Peter was player of the tournament against grown men. Yeah.
You're kidding.
Killed it.
Unbelievable.
What position?
Hooker.
Played hooker.
Yeah.
Tough position too.
Yeah, in the middle, around all the big boys. So.
Wow. So, Steve, you saw something in him within that 16, something more about this kid.
He had all the skills, passing from dummy half, and, probably the biggest thing that he had was he had a lot of courage, and he wasn't afraid. And they're probably the two things you need in rugby league, not to be afraid, and courage. And he might talk about the fact that he was smaller than everyone else, but he still come out, and he still put the training gear on, and he still trained, and he still played. And they're the aspects that you look for in a football player. And skill-wise, I knew he had the skill because he's been playing OzTag since how old?
I think it started when I was 13.
Yeah, 13.
Yeah, right.
So he's got all to play OzTag. You need passing skills and left, right, and all that sort of stuff. And you know that too, Nick.
Yeah, definitely. I'm still trying to learn.
Yeah, so I knew the kid could play, and I just thought to myself, wow, let's just pick him. I mean, the whole Emerging Nations tournament was about developing players, and in a few years' time we were going to be playing qualifiers, and obviously Pete would have been a little bit older then, and there was a few other players there that played from the OzTag team, and so I thought, well, we'll just put him in. And it wasn't about winning the tournament; it was about finding more Greek Australians that could play for Greece, and we did. We found 3 or 4, didn't we, Terry?
Yeah, it was very successful because we had 4 players come out from Greece to play in that tournament as well.
Yeah, we flew 4 players out, obviously to develop them, to put them through all the training techniques and things that we do in Australia, and they took that back to their clubs in Greece in 2018.
But you talk about brave. I remember last year, I think you played the Cowboys, and Jason Tamalolo ran straight at you. You didn't flinch. You went straight in, and I think you tackled him. It was
JT's massive.
Oh, he's a machine, and we're sitting here on the couch watching it, and
I
we're
didn't
watching
tell
you.
him to do that, by the way.
Sure you did. Test him. But yeah, mate, you didn't flinch. You came in, you hit him, and you tackled him. I thought, fuck, this guy's got something. And, how old are you now? You're
21.
21, but you were, 20 last year?
20 last year,
Yeah, unbelievable.